if we could address you directly right now.
Everything comes full circle.
That's number one.
I don't tell him what questions to ask me.
There are a lot of people around town that have the same question.
Brush my teeth. I'm a good wash in the morning.
I can't confirm or deny.
You know, just keep going a little bit longer here, Mike. Keep going a little bit longer.
ESPN Radio.
Oh, the door's open. Who just saw that? All right, then.
Interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this special report.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Are you ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters.
And we are live. Sports and around on the Sports Show. Tickling your sports fancy. Tongue kissing your interest in sports. And massaging your love for pro wrestling as well. Hello. What are you guys doing? If anybody tuned in right at the very beginning of the show on twitch.tv/qsportstalk.com, you saw me smack myself in the face with my own headphones. I have never in my entire broadcasting life seen anybody hit themselves in the face with their headphones more than I hate. I don't understand. 40 years old, can't grasp how headphones work. So that's a fun little thing right in the eyeball. So I don't need both eyes. As a bunch of old people say, you got 2 eyes. What do you need both of them? You ain't got a good one. That was my good one. So we'll see how this goes for a little while here, as that's how we're starting it off today on a Thursday. Hello, hi, ESPN Radio 97.7, 100.1, broadcasting live from the Hard Exotic studio. You want a hot body? You hurt your body? Call Harm Exotic. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be suing myself for damages. Right? Yeah. See? Who needs to see? I bet let's see how much I could do this. Wait, like, eyes closed. Let me see. I bet I can start that DX music again. Or ready?
We interrupt your regularly scheduled
I know where things are.
For this.
I put my hand real close to it before. So, hello, like I said, Thursday, we'll do it again. 315-437-7644. If you want to call in and has a chat, you can do that with me. Interestingly enough, Ryan Mullen in our Twitch chat. Well, I really can't see. I'm going to put on my glasses. That rumor has it, tomorrow night, Bret Hart out of the Hall of Fame because Bret Hart sucks. Filling in for DJ and Cicero. Hopefully he's feeling better. He is going to the Metallica concert, thanks to Upstate Doctors for doing that for DJ and Cicero. But interestingly enough, you bring up the Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about that today because we are rapidly approaching the final. What's a car analogy for? If we're on the highway to the road to WrestleMania, our next exit is Vegas. I did it. There we go. So we will talk some of the Hall of Fame stuff because that starts out WrestleMania weekend. We've got the final WrestleMania card. There's been a lot of stuff this week, man. There's been so much stuff that I don't even know where to begin. Things just kept happening today. I kept thinking I was going to start at one place, and then something happened last night. I was like, well, I'm going to start out the show with that. And then I get here today, and I see other sports things, and then I want to start with that. Then I see Aaron Rodgers is still a little bitch, and I want to start with that. So there's a bunch of things we're going to do today, or I'm going to try to fit them in. And you know how this show goes. I tell you all sorts of things, and then I do 30% of them. So I've got some fun baseball stuff. The NBA play-ins were not as exciting as 2 days ago, but still enjoyable. And I didn't get to hear it, so I am, for myself, going to play some of the Gruden's QB class stuff with Kyle McCord that Jordan got for the Boys for Orange Nation, because I want to hear that, because I saw that he was going to be on that, but when I saw the ad for it, it was already too late, and I said, I'm not going to go searching for a video. What do I have, the internet? So we will do that as well, which is, I think, where we will probably start. Let's go. All right. Yeah, I saw that. Fran is all over the place. Things that Fran touch, I guess, are all over the place for us the last couple days here on ESPN Syracuse. Or as most people call it, The Athletic. So, we had a lot of the Fran interview yesterday, which went all over the place, man. That was probably my favorite interview from a Syracuse coach, I guess, that I've ever heard. Are there like favorite interviews? Does anybody have favorite interviews? Because that is right up there for me, absolutely. So we had that, and then last night, John Gruden does this cool thing where he has guys in his quarterback class, and he grades them, and he talks to them, because he's so weird. John Gruden's getting weirder by the hour, man, but it's so funny. I like the way he gushes over the guys and stuff like that. It's great, but we've been saying this here for a little while. It's my show, so I can take credit for it here, because I know we've all been saying it here, but I've been saying it for a long time, since I smashed a stool that Kyle McCord was going to be the steal of the draft. I still don't want him to go to an outside team. Like, I know him on the Bills would be crazy awesome. Him sitting on the sidelines with Tommy Cutlers would be really, really funny for Syracuse footage. But I really want him inside a dome, the Saints or Cowboys. I'm not even going to low whisper it. Cowboys. We'll do lots of draft stuff next week. Lots of draft stuff. But, he is now being looked at as one of the steals of the draft. And I think that a lot of people say, he's not going first or second round. He may not be first or second round talent in a lot of people's eyes. However, the way the NFL draft works is that the top guys are going to go. Sanders is going to go. Cam Ward is going to go. Somebody is going to take Jackson Dart early. And then somebody's going to take insert whatever name you want early in the first round just because. And that's going to start a run. Or the end of the first round, whatever. That'll start a run where all of a sudden teams are going to start panicking like a Giants or Saints or whoever, or the Bills. Bills don't need it, but they go, oh, man, we really liked Kyle in the end of the third, start of the fourth round, but all these there's not going to be a quarterback. Somebody's going to be desperate enough. There's not going to not be a quarterback in the second round, and then, a team trades up and takes Kyle, which is what I think absolutely is going to end up happening, or a team just outright is impressed enough where they take him. They take flyers on crappy wide receivers and crappy D linemen and stuff like that. Why not take a flyer on a really good proven quarterback that if he doesn't pan out, well, you took a flyer on a really good college proven quarterback. So let's see what John Gruden has to say about Kyle McCord. Here's the first one. I will just read it because, again, I didn't get to hear these. I had to get out of my whip when the guy started talking about this earlier on Orange Nation. Kyle McCord giving snap counts and calling plays and such.
So let me feel the McCord snap count. Come on. Let me see.
There you go.
Immediately. John Gruden is at a 10. Let me feel the Kyle McCord snap count. Give me just a taste of it. Go ahead, do it. Go ahead.
So let me feel the cord snap count. Come on, let me hear it.
Here you go.
Stand up, put your hands under the table.
He's going to do it. Okay,
180. 180's hot.
Perfect, you're perfect. We're going on one. It's bunch right. It's 15 crash.
Okay.
Let me hear you.
It's hot. 180.
It's an all-out blitz.
Hey, easy. We're going Chucky, New York. Here we go. Silva, it's hot.
Perfect. I love you, man. That's excellent.
I can only get halfway through it. I feel around my face as I'm laughing. John Gruden's too much. I didn't go back a little bit because I just like how he throws blitzes at him. This is audio, but I can only imagine the video of John Gruden's face while he's watching him call these plays while he's throwing little caveats at you, Kyle. I'm going to throw caveats at you.
180's hot.
Perfect. You're perfect. We're going on one. It's bunch right.
Uh-oh.
It's 15 crash.
Okay.
Let me hear you.
It's hot. 180.
It's an all-out blitz.
Hey, easy. We're going Chucky, New York. Here we go. Silva, it's hot.
Perfect. I love you, man. That's excellent. Let me hear. Are you ever in the huddle?
Yeah, after a dead ball.
Come on. Let me see your presence in here. What do you say?
Here we go. We're going to go Lou, Y cross, 15, crash on 1-1. Ready, break.
Good. Where's your eye contact at?
You got to look at the guy. You got to tell a story in the huddle. So if I'm saying Lou, I'm looking at the receivers, Y cross, looking at the Y, 15, letting the line know the protection. So you got to tell a story.
You play quarterback your whole life. And when we break the huddle, how do you break the huddle?
On 1-1, ready, break.
That's gold. Son of a bitch. After the show, I usually put clips I don't need anymore in a folder called old. And that's not going in that because I'm going to be, that's going to be in a saved for later category. And that was the first one. That was the very first one. So this one is Kyle McCord reaction to having 100. Is 142 rushing yards or is it negative 142? Because I see a little dash. So I think it might be negative. Yeah, McCord wasn't much of a runner. You didn't really do much scrambling, did you, Kyle McCord?
When people see this, I think they think you're a stiff.
Yeah.
I think they think that the perception
I think
is
it's negative.
what
I think it's
when they see
negative.
that?
I can't run the ball.
Can't run, can't scramble, can't create.
Yeah.
But the reality is what?
Count sacks as rushing yards in college. So, yeah, a little trick play here.
But, I mean, you will take the ball down and run. It's just they don't have a lot of design runs for you, do they?
Yeah, no. So a lot of the runs this year are scramble drills, stuff like this.
So one of the things I really want to work on today is you scrambling.
Oh, okay. Scrambling. I think Kyle will be good if he just – I think he's creative enough where if he doesn't need to get out of the pocket like Patrick Mahomes and run all over some of the real fast guys, Kyler Murray. But he could definitely do some of that Tom Brady type, just take a step, move out of the way, couple steps. He seems to have very high football IQ here. And then, of course, we've heard all of a sudden how this Pitt game, we heard the guys talking about it earlier, Jordan mentioned it, the Pitt game, it's apparently the biggest deal in the history of the universe and means Kyle's the worst quarterback that has ever existed. However, I'm sure you could go back through and look at some of the quarterbacks. I bet they all had some pretty terrible games or didn't at least win some of the games. But let's this one, because this is good. This is some good stuff.
Obviously,
There's some good stuff here, Kyle McCord.
Obviously, you still want to be aggressive, but you have to take calculated risks. And so I think that was something for me after that Pitt game. I went back. I was just super critical on myself. Put the ball in harm's way a little too much that game, and just learned from it, and made a lot of strides.
He did, and he absolutely did. That was a perfect answer. Look at it, you're perfect, man. I friggin' love you. You're perfect. He really is giving good answers because NFL teams are watching this. John Gruden is a big guy when it comes to people's opinions and stuff like that. Even though lately kind of weird coaching stuff like that, but still. His stuff is gold in this. Let's see. A message to younger players. For Kyle McCord. Here, last
Focus
one.
on the process. Don't get caught up in all the social media hype and, where they got you going and, the drafts and stuff like that. Just focus on the process. Be a great team player, and then the rest will take care of itself. Just take advantage of every opportunity. Don't look at the big picture and get caught up like, damn, I got to have
Always
1,000 yards this year. Like, no, just focus on every day. Just stacking days on top of the other, and just keep relying on each other. Lean on each other, and you guys are gonna be great. So appreciate you guys for coming out. That was good stuff.
That was good, man. That was really good. I like that. It was good stuff. Kyle McCord joining John Gruden in my QB class. That was fun. Sure I'm gonna have to watch the video now, and you guys can sure watch the video as well. How about this? We'll take a break. See what went on yesterday in the world of sports and around. Sports Show.
The 2025 NFL Draft. Is he a lockdown corner? Is he a elite receiving? Round 1 begins Thursday, April 25th. This is a dream come true.
On ESPN Syracuse.
It's time for Your Best Guess, sponsored by Pawn Pro on Erie Boulevard East in Syracuse, with your favorite local sports guys, Brian and Paulie. Okay, guys, today's question, what's more valuable?
I'm a silly goose.
Or a sealed box of 1986 Fleer basketball packs?
I'm going to go 1986 Fleer wax packs because there's a pretty good basketball player that was a rookie that year. Give me the gold, Paulie. I will always take piles of gold.
The answer is the 1986-87.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-bum-bum. Bum, bum, ba, da, 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 dun, dun. Hello, Q Sports Bible.
Impressive from all angles, the exterior of the BMW X3 X-Drive 30 exudes presence and power. Expansive surfaces and dramatic curves combine to form its monolithic proportions, from the formidable front end to the imposing rear. Lease an all-new 2025 BMW X3 X-Drive 30 at Burdick BMW for only $659 per month for 39 months, with $5,189 due at signing. Cash down includes $3,605 down payment, $659 first month payment, $925 acquisition fee, and $0 security deposit. Not all customers qualify for security deposit waiver. Tax, title, license, registration, and dealer fees are additional fees due at signing. MSRP $54,625, 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile thereafter. Lessee responsible for excess wear and tear. For qualified lessees through BMW Financial Services with a minimum credit score of 700. Offer valid through April 30th, 2025. Burdick BMW, your performance and luxury headquarters at Drivers Village in Cicero. Visit burdickbmw.com. 2025 is here. Is your business ready? At Galaxy Media Partners, we don't just market, we ignite your brand. From high-impact events to precision-targeted digital campaigns.
Targeted campaigns. There's Susan. And my dog. We're going to get Elsa first on Twitch emote views on this channel, too. Goodness. I like to use this one, though. I feel like most people don't realize when this pops up. You guys know this is Paulie, right? That's Paulie. You guys know that, right? That's Paulie. I feel like I'm going to make sure everyone knows when I do that. Josh made it. Oh, I gotta crack my back, I feel like. Where's that stool I smashed? We gotta huck that. That stool's dangerous. Eventually, somebody's gonna come in here and use that to sit down, and they are gonna crumple to the ground. Oh. He's beating the shit out of that stool. That stool's not hurting anyone now. Pour one out for that stool. Uh-oh. Oh, God. I guess I'll play this. Oh, I didn't pick one. I didn't pick a rejoin. I like this song.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
And we have returned. Hello, everybody. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Thursday. What? Isn't that the day that you do that show that involves marijuana? Whoa! Keep it down, man. Keep it down. Yes. If you're feeling frisky later on the night, 8 o'clock on our K-Rock Twitch channel is Cocoa Puffs. I do 37 to 38 shows a week, and that's one of them. But this one involves me ripping big fat bongs and maybe playing a video game. So if you feel up to that, can turn that on if you want. It's enjoyable, and I appreciate it. So there's that. Right now, you're watching our Cuse Sports Talk channel, twitch.tv/CuseSportsTalk.com. Also there, all the videos. Not sure if you know that, but make sure that if you are looking for old videos and stuff like that, there's a ton of clips and videos and highlights all over that. It's not just when our gorgeous faces are broadcasting on it and being gorgeous on the channel, but you can also see us after the fact. So go and check that out. And on YouTube, if you want to go check out the whole Fran interview, or over on Facebook. Because I know a couple people are asking me where the whole interview would be. And I said, whole interview? Nobody interviewed your mom. Oh! Got him. So you can hop on over there. 315, area code. Also the start of the phone number, 315-437-7644. Also the less than 45-minute tease to the 315 with Brian Higgins. Portal chat and the alike. But again, the phone number, 315-437-7644. Feel free to call in, talk about the things. As we are going to talk just about some... they're all in front of me here. Just some sports that happened yesterday, and then the next half an hour of the sports show, we're doing WrestleMania. We're going into Mania. We'll talk about the card. We'll talk about Hall of Fame. We'll talk about anything you want. Greatest matches of all time, if you feel like it. Really, I don't care. Anything. I am stopping, quote unquote, real sports at the bottom of the hour, and I will be switching over to professional wrestling / spandex sports after that, because it's WrestleMania weekend. But right now, guys that wear spandex for different reasons would be the best basketball players. The basketball players. Baseball players, baseball yesterday. There was some fun stuff. And again, like I said, as long as they're going to keep giving me good reasons to do baseball highlights, I will keep doing baseball highlights. This one makes me sad. I'm going to do it right out the gate, even though you don't know whether or not I'm going to do Mets or Yankees highlights, because my boy returned yesterday during the day, and I didn't even know it. I could have been watching it while I was on here talking to you guys. Spencer Strider returned to the Braves. Top-notch mustache. Top mustache in the game, possibly. Him and Austin Wells of the Yankees. But I'm kind of glad I didn't watch, I guess, because that would have been sad as the Braves were saddled with the loss. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. signing a big fat-ass contract and then hitting a big old fat-ass fastball off of Spencer Strider for the Blue Jays, who are now 11-8. Want to make sure they didn't say 6.
He's kind of in some new territory right now.
And Guerrero just took him deep, way deep. Second deck deep, 2-0.
Oh, well.
Almost looked like Vladimir Guerrero might have been sitting on this pitch. A comfortable swing, but that slider did not have the horizontal movement that we're used to seeing. That one kind of stayed straight in that inner third part of the plate.
3-1. Braves fall to 5-12 on the year, man. So not really the return for Spencer Strider, but Ronald Acuna Jr. will be making his return soon as well. So I have hope. And don't worry, we didn't lose any ground to the Mets. Can't talk about that this year. Don't worry, we're only a couple games back. It's only April. No, but I can't be super sad. Only just mostly sad because the Mets lost as well, but this one was at least a little more dramatic than the Braves. Extra innings to the Twins.
Lines this one to right center field. That's a base hit. Misplayed in center. Buxton rounding third. He will score. Twins win. Twins win. The Minnesota Twins with a walk-off win.
Nice job of staying with this pitch. This is what that's what he's done so well all season, using that big part of the field. And that right there is what I'm talking about. Taylor coming in, charging that ball, understanding the speed of Buxton at second base. That's a do-or-die play. If he comes up with it, maybe he has a play at home.
But he doesn't. Mets lose. Wham, Mets fans. You can't win them all. But they have won 11, so they're looking pretty good as far as that goes. Couple of grand slams yesterday. Pretty fun as this week as far as grand slams go, because it's like a gosh damn Denny's breakfast in here, because there's grand slams every which way. The Pirates did one right here as they get the victory.
And Cruz with a drive to right field, and O'Neal Cruz caps off the inning with his third home run.
This is what they can do. They can change the game. One swing. That was a slider. It looked like it was going to be a ball. It looked like it was going to come in off the plate, but you want to talk about pulling your hands in.
He pulled his hands in, baby. I'll tell you that much right now. Oh, my God. I can't believe he said it. The Pirates get the victory because you usually do Pirates-Nationals game. There was also a little incident where Lopez for the Nationals got a couple-game suspension for throwing at Andrew McCutchen in the kind of lamest bench-clearing scuffle you've ever seen. You can go back on the K-Rock Morning Show. We talked about that a little bit as we played that. You also had another grand slam on the day from the Orioles.
That is deep. Back goes Lane Thomas, away back and gone. A grand slam. Let's see. The breaking ball away.
See, a couple of grand slams. That's always enjoyable to watch. And then you also had everybody's favorite. You know I had this Yankees highlight coming up. Your New York Yankees and your favorite Yankee with his 7th dinger of the year.
Judge 2 for 2 and intentionally walked.
Whoa!
High fly ball, right center. Isbell.
That'll do it.
Run. See ya.
That'll do it.
Home run for Judge.
Ball right there. Off the bat, he knew it.
Just another moonshot. All he needed was a little launch angle.
Thanks, Aaron Judge. Way to be a real guy. The fans at home for the Yankees. They win 4-3. And instead of hitting a home run that one of the fans can get, he hits the ball on the moon. Wow. That's okay, though. I thought he was a guy that cared about the fans. No big deal. And also around the league, you had a surprising Rangers team take down a surprising Angels team. I don't know how many more times I'll be able to say that, so I'll say it now. 11-7, and the Angels are over 500. Very confusing. Paulie's Padres 4-2 over the Cubs. I'll mention Paulie's Padres. Why not? And then you've got this from the Diamondbacks and the Marlins. Let's just hear it first.
First, Jansen Visconti's at second. That's in the air to center field and deep. Hill is going back. He's on the warning track at the wall. He jumps. Oh, it hit the top of his glove. And over the fence, a homer for Josh Naylor. Derek Hill almost brought that back.
What's that name?
It was really close. It's 1-0 Arizona for Naylor. That's his 3rd homer of the season and is the 2nd in the series.
Naylor.
They see the distance. The outfielder, you thought all along, even at this point,
that he might be able to make the catch, and it did just go off the glove. He got a piece of it. Oh,
getting a piece of it? Naylor? That's the sexy call of the day. I have to tinkle. Crushing it. Oh, yeah. Replenish. That electrolyte enhancer is a fucking game changer. Jesus. Oh, jeez.
This is The Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise where I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now. In case you forgot or fell off, I'm still hot, knock your shell off.
That's the wrong microphone.
I can't turn the swell off.
ESPN Radio 97.7, 100.1. Hey, yo.
And I stay under you fighting.
You
storming on you chumps like I'm thundering.
can see me over at QSportsTalk.com. Hello, everybody over there. Appreciate you guys hanging out on a Thursday. The road to WrestleMania ends right now. It's over. We're getting ready for it, man. SmackDown happens on Friday, and then I think the Hall of Fame, which I haven't confirmed because I forgot to look it up, and I'm sure someone in the Twitch chat will tell me. I think it's at like 1 a.m. or something on Friday. I think they do it after SmackDown. They've been doing that the last few years. Very confusing. I don't know. I don't get it. It's weird. But I think that's where we will probably start to talk a little bit is the Hall of Fame ceremony because that's where things get going. We can talk whatever you want, though, at 315-437-7644. That's the telephone numbers. We've been hanging out today. And this weekend, like I said, it starts Saturday. At 1, in case you're looking for it, is the NXT Stand and Deliver. It's their WrestleMania, which is going to be awesome. I would imagine our very own Osiris Griffin. That's his name now, so I'm going to say that. You want to look up what his real name is when he played football here at Syracuse, and his phone number might be in Jordan's phone, which is pretty damn cool. He might be making his WrestleMania weekend debut. We'll see what Dark State does. They were on the show, the Go Home show for NXT, so that was pretty cool. But like I said, we'll start with the Hall of Fame. We've played the natural disasters. You know they're getting in. And Michelle McCool is getting in. The Undertaker's wife, not that much of a shocker that the Undertaker's wife is going to get in there. But another couple guys is Lex Luger and Triple H, and also the Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin WrestleMania 13 match. So we'll talk a bunch about that. This was a pretty cool video that showed Lex Luger being told that he was going to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. Lex Luger has had, my God, some of the craziest problems I've ever seen, being at the top and the best physique in the history of the biz, maybe, down to doing DDP yoga now because the bro can't get out of a wheelchair. I mean, he can now a little bit, but it's a sad story to an extent. Wrestlers are weird, man. You got to separate like the person from the wrestler because the person, is it Larry Poffo? Is that his name? Or Foloff or Fole, whatever his name is, his real name, that guy, had a hand in helping Miss Elizabeth have a super drug addiction problem, and then she OD'd in the house when they were partying on painkillers and vodka. So that part of it's not as fun, but the Lex Luger wrestling character, that's a little easier. See what I mean? It's hard. Wrestling's hard. The same way that Terry Bollea, piece of trash, garbage human. Suck it, Terry. Hulk Hogan, awesome, right? So weird. Jim Hellwig, you suck. I'd slap your face, and I hope you're having, I can't, but the Ultimate Warrior, I have merch. So it's very weird. But Lex Luger getting inducted into the Hall of Fame on Friday at like midnight.
Here he is, Lex Luger. With a look of determination in his eyes. Yes! Lex Luger had accomplished the impossible.
Luger won the title. Luger defeats Hogan.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, who won every physique contest in the world, I don't think he has anything on the Luger here.
Is the next world heavyweight wrestling champion. You recognize Lex Luger, the total package, as the greatest wrestling phenomenon to ever come along.
WCW world champ, U.S. champ, television champ, tag champ. Stop. I mean, that's all the things. All the things. I feel like there might be one thing missing from the whole total package.
I agree.
Element. I think you know where I'm going with this.
I agree.
Some guys, man, you set me up. I am very excited that I got chosen to do this, and I'm honored to tell you on behalf of WWE, we would like you to be part of the 2025 class of the WWE Hall of Fame.
Wow. You gotta stand up, Jim Bob, for that, brother. Oh, yeah.
What's crazy is that he hasn't been able to stand up for quite some time. I've seen him at several wrestling shows, and he was not able to get up from his wheelchair. So it's cool that he can do that now. And who knows? Maybe there's a WrestleCuse. Maybe it's someone we reach out to. What? Another WrestleCuse? What? I can say that now and tease it now because maybe it's not happening for a little while, but maybe there is another one coming. Stay tuned. Also in the Hall of Fame, now the next two things are going to be my favorites, absolutely, as two of my favorite, wrestling things in the entire world are DX and Bret the Hitman Hart, and Triple H is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And when it comes to my favorite wrestlers of all time, Triple H is my number 2, which I know is crazy for a lot of people, but yep, 3 maybe sometimes. It depends on the mood I'm in that day. But this is so cool. The Hall of Fame is neat because it kind of shows you a different side to these guys. And DX Triple H was my favorite Triple H. So that's a part we'll see the Hall of Fame on Friday when he gets inducted at probably 1:30 in the morning, maybe? Are you ready?
No! I said, are you ready?
DX was the heartbeat of the Attitude Era.
Discretion is advised, but will be completely ignored.
Oh, he says a swear.
Culture. Even if you didn't know WWE, you knew what this meant.
They were doing some off-the-wall, crazy, fly-by-the-seat-of-their-pants stuff.
D-Generation X invades WCW tonight.
It was just the right thing for that time period. It was perfect.
The DX Triple H, he's just going to tell a very inappropriate joke, That's just the way he operates.
Sean and I both got jumbo weenies.
Heaven forbid you give him any valuable material.
This past week, the Generation X was the...
This past week, the Generation X completed a full sentence.
He's one of the funniest people I know. We traveled up and down the roads together, and he made me laugh every stretch of the way.
And if you're not down with that, then we've got 2 words for you!
Sports Show! So that'll be cool. I can't wait to hear his speech as now Paul Levesque runs the entire place, which is absolutely insane. But alrighty then. And then you've got, I'm sure this will be somewhere in the middle, they're inducting matches now, I guess. And they're inducting one of my favorite matches of all time, one of the best WrestleMania matches ever, WrestleMania 13. Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin. This, as a young, it was WrestleMania 13, so I was, I think, 13 myself, because I kind of am old as WrestleMania is a little bit. I'll turn 41 this year. WrestleMania turns 41 this year, so yep, I was going to turn 13 that year. And I didn't really understand it as Bret Hart was the good guy going into this, and Austin is the bad guy. But in one of the first instances in wrestling history, in the middle of this match, the crowd switched and started booing long-time babyface Bret the Hitman Hart and kind of started to launch the greatest, most popular wrestler in most people's minds, the Stone Cold Steve Austin era. But it was cool that I was looking up stuff for this match, and it just kind of came out when the guys started talking about it that this was bloody. And back then, that wasn't as cool to do actual real blood. And what they did back then, Bret Hart and Stone Cold, it came out on a podcast, is that when they got into the dressing room, they had a backstage fight about the blood to show that, you know, they were serious about it and they didn't mean to, but they did it to fool everybody because they knew they were going to have real blood in the match. And I thought that was so cool, man, that they got back after beating the bejesus out of each other and actually cutting their foreheads, and then had a fake real fight just so they didn't get in trouble for actually cutting their foreheads. This match being inducted into the Hall of Fame this weekend, WrestleMania 41 weekend.
I went down to Survivor Series. I went down there, lost both matches, but got over. And passing down that pool of blood It was one of the most satisfying feelings I've ever had in my entire career, just laying there and knowing that we accomplished the task at hand. You on your way to being a heel, not fully heel yet, me not fully baby yet, but then on that journey with work to do for both of us on the backside.
It was a beautiful transition. I think it was perfect. I wouldn't have wanted to do anything any different than that. The way it was done was, and this was one of the easiest matches I ever had. It was more fun for me. I woke up the next day feeling pretty good. It wasn't like I got run over by a train like I usually feel after a pay-per-view. It was two guys working to make each other, and
absolutely. Working for the company.
We never had any issues that way working together. We were always trying to make each other.
Well, that was one of the things that I always loved about working with you. I knew we were always going to try to have the best match on the card, and I knew that, hey, man, trust and respect the whole way.
And they did, man, and that match was so good, man. Yeah, 22 minutes long that thing went. And then I recorded this a while ago, so now I don't remember what these parts are. Because this says Brett interview Austin match. So I don't know what this is. I just want to see, let's see together as they're inducting matches into the Hall of Fame. And there's going to be a ton that they can induct, man. I can't wait for them to do this. It allows them to get other guys involved in WrestleMania weekend, because what they also do at WrestleMania itself is they bring all these guys out as a little like, these are the inductees. So that means I will hear the guitar screech of Bret Hart. And WrestleMania will hear the glass shatter of Stone Cold Steve Austin. So you'll hear Bret Hart's music. I bet you'll hear The Undertaker's music somehow or another. I don't know how they're going to work The Undertaker in, but I bet they do. Maybe Michelle McCool somehow. I don't know. You'll hear The Rock's music maybe. Cena. Like there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend, man. All right, let's see what the hell this is.
Sitting right on the apron.
They're talking about when they hit him with the belt.
And so when they said it was me and Steve, and then
they're talking about the match itself.
When we were told it was a no holds barred I quit match, it was like it really just puts a limit on the match. Like you lose all the false finishes. I remember going, it's the kiss of death. Like the Bob Backlund match I had a few years earlier was a similar thing, where the I quit match, and it was like it hampers the storytelling, and it limits you to what you can do. And I remember when I showed up in Chicago, Steve and I went out to the ringside, and he sat on the ring apron, and I sat in the front row, and we just kind of talked to each other.
Decided I'm going to hit you with a bell as hard as I can.
What do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. What the hell can we do? Like we did everything, and so it was kind of this blank page. And, I just remember sort of thinking, like reassessing everything and going, this reminds me of a school fight.
All right, let's see. What's this last little bit? Because the last little bit's probably the best, right? What's this?
Back yesterday. I haven't watched it in a little while, but
just keep talking about it. You don't care. You'll go and watch all that if you want. But I'm probably way more excited about it than you guys are. But I've never had a sports show where I can talk about wrestling this much, and this is a hell of a lot of fun. Let's go over the final card for the weekend when we come back on the Spandex Show. Cody Mack. What up, Kev? For real? For realsies? For truths? For keeps? For keeps? Oh, I burped. Shoot it. He made it, guys. You couldn't see it, but he absolutely made it. That was baffling. You guys got to get like what we have in the... Who's then I don't know the we you think I'm talking about. Nope. No, have you seen the rim behind? Yeah, you've seen the rim behind our door.
Yeah, yours is a good one.
That's legit.
If anybody knows about rims, it's you.
Got him!
Working blue today.
No, it's not, sir. Nope. Either way, doesn't matter.
Yeah, right?
You find a lady that's...
Oh, I have before.
I was going to say, you marry...
Yes. You know, usually she was also a really big fan of people.
So that's never mind. Don't marry that.
But that part was great.
But yes.
Sam Roberts did not return my text.
You texted Sam Roberts?
Yeah.
Oh, for.
He was my producer of the Score Show.
Oh, really? Oh, I knew that. I knew that. No.
But I don't know if it's still his number. I want to try and get him on to at least talk about WrestleMania.
You know how I learned that people have different numbers? Put it into like Snapchat. Because I went to add somebody and it said somebody else. I was like, oh, that's not their number anymore.
They got an interview request for Sam Roberts from Paulie.
Nope. Or he did and was like, nope.
Yeah, they didn't. He didn't respond.
A little less now, though. It's weird. He doesn't do as much. He might this weekend for Mania, but. Oh, shit. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Damn. Got his own show. Ryan, he said no, he didn't answer him. Said he hates him. Just kidding. He didn't say that. He just didn't answer him. Well, we would be shocked if someone said, no, Paulie, I hate you. Get out of off of my face. Blah. Blah, blah. Like that. Yeah. I don't know if he said the what's up thing. I usually say that. On my fanny. On my fanny. That'd be awesome.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Just me, oh. Okay, day one, it's just me, oh. Day one, it's just me, oh. Okay, day one, it's that. Let them all up and knock them down like this.
We are here. That's going to be a scene on Saturday, man. That's going to be a scene on Saturday. Jey Uso, Gunther going at it on, I think, Saturday, night one of WrestleMania, as we get going here on the Sports Show with Cody Mack, ESPN Radio, 97.7, 100.1 in the next couple minutes. Keep those fannies there. The 3 and 5 with Brian Higgins is coming up. But however, right now, we're going to go over the final card for WrestleMania. SmackDown tomorrow night. Hall of Fame tomorrow night. Stand and Deliver Saturday at 1. And then Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Now, this isn't in the order of Saturday or Sunday. This is just the matches themselves. So they'll be, Saturday and Sunday. But in a street fight, so that means they're going to go outside the ring and use chairs. Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, and El Grande Americano, one of the best gimmicks of the WWE right now. For the Intercontinental title, Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, Dirty Dom. I would not be shocked if this is the day they put a major title on Dirty Dominic Mysterio, which is absolutely insane. Jade Cargill and Naomi are going to go at it. LA Knight and Jacob Fatu for the U.S. title. I would not be shocked if Jacob Fatu squashed LA Knight. The best heel in the business other than Dirty Dom, Logan Paul and AJ Styles going to go at it on, I think, Saturday, maybe. I think that said, maybe Sunday. I can't remember. I don't know why I bothered trying. I do know this. Saturday night's going to end with Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. That might be a match for the ages. That's going to be one of the best matches of the weekend. Gunther, Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's title. And then you're going to have this, my friends. You're going to have this. Sunday night. We've been building up for it, man.
Seems like you have something you want to say to me. I have turned the spotlight on you, and now you know that I can pick apart any one of you and rip you to shreds. Last week, I put a clueless kid on blast. Everybody, including that one kid, is a toxic relationship. For 25 years, I have listened to your lies. Pick out any moment in my career, and I'll tell you what I learned. When I spoke, you were inspired. When I was loyal, you were loved. When I was selfish, you were disrespected. When I speak in rhythmic tones, you say what?
Oh, my God. And that goes on for a little bit. The Cena hype video, man. I have not been so hyped for a WrestleMania main event in a long time. That'll end Sunday night show. Wow. Goosebumps. Goosebumps. John Cena, Cody Rhodes, WWE title. Yo. All right, keep your fannies there if they get a spanking. The 315 with Brian Higgins is up next. Okay, love you. Bye.